First tonight, only on 44 News. Freight fraud, an emerging and costly problem, is hitting local companies hard. Despite thorough vetting and safeguards, an Evansville business has become victim of this growing issue.
44 News reporter Jordan Whalen has more on how PFL Logistics lost tens of thousands of dollars in a shipment gone wrong.
For PFL Logistics, trust was shattered when a $60,000 shipment of macaroni fell victim to freight fraud. It all started when a previously trusted carrier was assigned to transport the shipment. According to the company, things seemed routine until the carrier, without warning, refused to deliver the load. They stopped all communication, leaving the company scrambling to find out what had happened to the shipment.
You know, we paid them to haul the product from point A to point B on a truck and kind of get it there, and they threw it on rail to try and make an extra couple dollars.
It's not just this company feeling the impact. Freight fraud cases are on the rise across the logistics sector, often involving shipments held hostage, stolen goods, or unresponsive carriers. Rexing states this is a billion-dollar issue.
Ultimately, Congress needs to get involved, and we're working with them to make some changes to how that works. But some simple fixes are you have to be authorized. You can't use PO box. It has to be a physical address.
This common fraud occurs when bad actors masquerading as motor carriers, logistics companies, or fraudulent entities steal, lie about addresses, or rebroker loads without the knowledge or consent of any of the parties to the transaction.
There's some just identity theft, people acting under different companies' names, and all without authorization. It's really a problem.
For Evansville, with its bustling logistics industry, the threat of freight fraud is all too real. The problem underscores the vulnerability of even the most prepared companies and highlights an urgent need for stronger safeguards within the industry.
We need to be able to be profitable so that we can pay our employees, and so we have to find a way to pass those costs along. And so when we pass those costs along, like many of our industry, costs go up. And so you see it on the grocery shelves.
After filing a police report, Rexing and his team learned this wasn't the first time the carrier had used these tactics. They had pulled similar stunts with other businesses, effectively trapping legitimate companies in an elaborate scheme that preys on trust. Yet even with thorough background checks and vetting processes, Rexing and his team became victims of a scam that still remains unresolved.
Who has legal jurisdiction? Like where was the crime committed? Was it committed on the West Coast? Was it committed in the middle of coming here? Was it committed, at delivery? It's definitely a complicated issue.
With companies like PFL Logistics, it's clear that the freight industry is in dire need of stronger protections and more vigilant practices to prevent future scams. Jordan Whalen, 44 News.
Thank you, Jordan.